The United Nations Human Rights Committee has just reviewed the second periodic report on Bosnia and Herzegovina, and I'm here today with Professor Motoc to talk about the overview of the session. Good morning. Good morning. Can you tell us about the overview of the Human Rights Committee session in Bosnia and Herzegovina?
I think it was a very important overview because it's a country which has a lot of problem after the war, as you can see very well. And we take into account a lot of violation of human rights in Bosnia and Herzegovina. At the same time, we consider that the country was still in peace, what is very important after what happened. But we take into account, first of all, the problem of the three communities that are in Bosnia and Herzegovina, and the case that is famous now at the European Court of Human Rights, Sedic and Finčić against Bosnia. And the fact that this case has not been resolved because we still have the three communities, so the Roma and the Jews and other minorities, they cannot be candidates in election in Bosnia, so they are completely outside the system. Also, we take into account the sexual violences, what happened during the war, and the fact the victims are not very much encouraged to do their testimony because the system is not working for them anymore as it used to work. So it's a difference between what happened at the level of the federation and what happened at the level of the district of Bosnia and Herzegovina, and especially in Republika Srpska. So as NGOs had told us, in Republika Srpska it was only one woman who admitted that she was a victim of rape during the war, because they don't have a system really to support these victims. Also, I think at the level of the districts, what we put in our concluding observation is that at a level of the district, they still apply the old criminal law, so they are not applying the new one. So in the old criminal law, the socialist one, they don't have the same punishment for the rape that they have in the new code. Also, I think one very important question was the question of people who are missing. And there are differences in the number of these people, because the government told us about one number and NGOs told us about other number of people. So I think that they don't do enough to discover these missing persons. And also what they don't do enough, it's to see what will happen with the family of these victims. To see what will happen afterwards when the family of the victims are informed about the disappearances, about the death of these people who are missing, and to support them psychologically. So I think the government has to do more for these victims in order to find out what happened with them, and also they have to do more for the recovering of the victim of the war, of all the violations, torture, sexual violations as well, all the war violation, and also the families of the missing persons.
And how do you find the dialogue with the state delegation?
I found the dialogue with the state. I think the state was quite open, and they had admitted that they have some problems. They have the problems, you know. And I think the only difference, big difference between them and the NGOs was related to the number of the missing person. Otherwise, I think, you know, I found that the NGOs were very much prepared, were excellent prepared, and I have to thank your center again, because you come and you put together all the NGOs to inform us. So I think we had a very high level discussion with the NGOs, and also with the government as well. I think, you know, the government had admitted the problem that they had, but they also said we are in peace now, and of course we don't have a constitution, we just have an agreement after Dayton, you know, what is something which is unique in this world. But for the time being, this is what they have, you know. They are, in a sense, they are in between the process of having this kind of constitution and having this very fragile international agreement upon the peace. So I think the dialogue was quite good with the government.
Thank you very much, Professor Motoc.
Thank you very much.
To have you here.
Thank you very much again.